It was the year 1587, when a small group of settlers arrived on the shores of what would later become known as Rowan Oak Island in present-day North Carolina. These men, women, and children had sailed across the vast Atlantic from England, hoping to establish a new life in a distant land. But little did they know, their journey would lead them into one of the most mysterious and unsettling stories in American history. A story that would be passed down for generations, whispered around campfires, and still remain unsolved to this very day. The first few months on the island were difficult, but not impossible. The settlers set up their homes, planted crops, and worked to build a small community. But something was not right on Rowan Oak Island. The land itself seemed to resist them. Crops failed more often than not. The waters that surrounded the island were treacherous, and strange noises echoed from the dark forests that bordered the settlement. It didn't take long before whispers began to circulate among the settlers. Whispers of things unseen, whispers of shadows lurking in the trees. Whispers of a curse. It was during this time that the colony's governor, John White, left to return to England for supplies. White had been a leader and protector of the colony, and the settlers relied on him to ensure their survival. The year 1588, when White finally returned after a lengthy delay of over 3 years due to the ongoing war with Spain, he found the colony completely deserted. Not a single soul remained. No sign of life, just abandoned homes, crops left untended, and eerie silence where once there was bustling activity. The only clue to what had happened to the colony was a single word carved into a post of the fence that surrounded the settlement. Croatan. The word, which referred to a nearby island inhabited by Native Americans, was the only trace of the lost settlers. But what did it mean? Had the settlers gone to Croatan Island for safety, or had something far more sinister occurred? As John E. White searched the area for further clues, he found something even more disturbing. On the nearby tree trunks, he found strange carvings, symbols that resembled nothing the settlers had ever seen before. These markings were unlike anything known to European settlers or Native Americans. They appeared to be ancient symbols, as if they had been etched by a force far older than any of the settlers. And the strangest part, these symbols seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, a feeling that unsettled White to his core. But there were no bodies, no signs of a violent struggle. The settlers had simply vanished. As days turned into weeks and White's search yielded no answers, he began to suspect that something supernatural was at work. What could have caused the disappearance of an entire colony without a trace? Theories about the fate of the Rowan Oak settlers abound, but the truth remains elusive. Some say the settlers were massacred by hostile Native American tribes, though no physical evidence supports this. Others believe they were taken by a mysterious, possibly supernatural force. Perhaps they were victims of a curse that had been placed on the land long before the settlers ever arrived. It was said that the land had been marked by dark forces that did not take kindly to outsiders encroaching on their territory. Over the years, many have attempted to unravel the mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke. Historians, archaeologists, and even paranormal investigators have scoured the island, but no definitive answers have been found. Some believe the settlers were taken by spirits or were part of a dark ritual. Others think they were simply lost to time, their bodies washed away by the harsh elements. But no matter how many years pass, the mystery remains. The eerie feeling of the island continues to persist. Visitors to Rowan Oak Island often report strange occurrences, phantom whispers in the wind, footsteps following them when no one is around, and an overwhelming sense of dread that seems to hang over the land. Some claim to have seen figures moving in the shadows of the trees, and others have felt the chilling presence of something unseen, watching them from the dark. But the most unsettling part of the Roanoke mystery is the legends that have developed over time. Some say that the spirits of the lost settlers still roam the island, trapped in a purgatory-like state. Others believe that the curse of Roanoke still lingers, and that those who set foot on the island are doomed to suffer the same fate as the settlers. The island, it seems, has been forever cursed. In recent years, there have been claims of strange symbols being discovered near the original settlement site, almost as if the mystery of Roanoke was trying to resurface. Some have even reported hearing voices calling out to them from the trees, voices that sound eerily familiar, as if they belong to the lost colonists themselves. But despite all the theories and investigations, the fate of the Rowan Oak settlers remains one of the greatest mysteries in American history. The only thing that is certain is that their story is far from over. The curse of Rowan Oak still lingers in the air, a dark and twisted reminder of what once was. As we conclude this haunting tale, we are left with more questions than answers. What truly happened to the settlers of Rowan Oak? Did they leave the island in search of safety, or were they taken by something far more sinister? Perhaps the island itself holds the answer, a dark, forgotten secret that is waiting to be uncovered. Until then, the legend of Rowan Oak will continue to haunt us, its eerie whispers drifting through the trees, forever shrouded in mystery. The question remains: will we ever know the truth behind the curse of the lost colony, or is it a mystery that will haunt us for centuries to come?